Hello, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers, bringing you news and information from people making a difference in our communities. I'm Beverly Weaver, and joining me now is Carolyn Belle, Programs Director for Cool Science. Welcome, Carolyn. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.
What a neat name, Cool Science. Tell us what you do as an organization.
Well, Cool Science tries to get kids excited about science. So we go into schools, we're at community events all across the community, just trying to make kids see that science is fun. It's not a boring subject. It's something that's just as fun as math or art or gym, music, something that they can really enjoy.
What types of events do you really put together, Carolyn, and how long have you been around as an organization?
Cool Science has been around for about 10 years. It is based in Colorado Springs, and we've been growing ever since. So we do a lot more programs now than we did when we started, of course. And we go to schools all across the Pikes Peak area, and we do large-scale demonstration shows that really show aspects of science kids don't see all the time, and it's that wow factor. And we have screams and explosions and all sorts of great things going on there. And we do a lot of hands-on activities as well, so kids can actually participate in the science and become a part of what they're doing. They're not just listening to someone talk, they're seeing science happen right before their eyes.
Right, and science can be very interactive. I think we've kind of learned that, but it did not used to be that way. It was reading a textbook and kind of hearing it done, or maybe a lab experiment every once in a while. Exactly. But tell us, give us an example of one of the participation experiments that you do with the kids.
One of our most popular hands-on demonstrations is making ice cream with liquid nitrogen. So liquid nitrogen is something that's 321 degrees below zero, so it's very cold, and it makes a cup of ice cream that kids can eat in about 5 minutes. And so they get to use it, and it's making fog all over the place, and they have a lot of fun with that.
Right, and they love to eat the ice cream. Now, how can people get involved with Cool Science? What can they do to participate?
We're always looking for volunteers to lead hands-on activities, and it is, of course, science-based, but you don't need a background in science at all, because we're explaining science to kids. It's at a very basic level, and it's a lot of fun, even as a volunteer, because a lot of the activities are just really enjoyable to do. And we have events all the time that we need volunteers for on a one-time basis, returning volunteers. It's great. And also, if you know of somewhere, a school, an event that would need Cool Science, let us know, and we would be glad to come and participate with that.
Now, do people need to have a science degree or perhaps biology degree to become a volunteer? Not
at all. We do have people in the sciences, but we have English majors or people who are in engineering, accounting, any type of subject.
All right. Now, you just held the second annual Colorado Springs Cool Science Festival in October, already making plans for the third annual. How was the event, and what are you going to add next year that's new?
The event was great this year. This year we expanded from a one-day festival, which was our first festival, to 8 full days. So we had over a week of activities all across the city. Next year, we're going to do that full week again in October. So it'll be right in the middle of October, and we'll have more events every day. This year we had 5 or 6 events a day. We'll have more events next year, and more different companies and community organizations participating to really engage everyone a lot more in the Pikes Peak region.
What kind of feedback do you get from kids? And I would imagine from the younger kids you get a certain, like you said, wow factor, but even the older kids are kind of going, ooh, this is something I might want to do when I get older, right?
They do, and that's why we're around. We want kids to be interested in science when they're young so that they pursue it when they're older, so that they pursue it in high school or even college, because 4th or 5th grade is when studies have shown that kids decide, is science cool? Is science not cool? And so by showing them that science is fun and interesting at that young age, we encourage them to participate in it later.
And in terms of feedback, I mean, obviously Colorado is a very high-tech area. We have a lot of high-tech industries here. Do you feel like you're kind of helping grow that workforce, these kids who then graduate into some of these jobs that have yet to be created?
It is part of what we try and do, and we work with a lot of those companies. We have some sponsorship from local tech companies that really helps us out so that kids can see what they're doing. We try and get volunteers who are from companies like that, and they bring in what they're working on to show the real-life application of the science. Right. And so that gets kids interested in that specific field as well.
What's the neatest bit of feedback you've had from kids, Carolyn?
Oh, kids saying, you've shown me that I can do science, that science is something that isn't stuck in a lab. It's something that I can do at home, by myself or with my parents.
Very cool. Neat. And where can people go, Carolyn, to get more information?
For more information, you can visit our website, which is www.coolscience.org. We're also on Facebook and Twitter.
All right. Carolyn Belle, Programs Director for Cool Science. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks so much.
And thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Beverly Weaver.